Hello everyone, my name's Adam.
And I'm Rob.
And this is our second podcast for our show, Screen Bucket.
Yeah, and this is the best bits from the radio show. What did we talk about, Adam?
We covered Big Lebowski, as it's the 20th anniversary. We talked about American Horror Story a bit, Bojack Horseman. Did some movie news, another writing technique, and some improv.
And I think we can both agree it's our worst one yet.
Yeah. Well, give us a chance. It's only our second one. Yeah, the young adult genre probably isn't our strongest point, but we got the point across, I think.
I don't know. Give me a Harry Potter day and I will smash it.
Potter. Just repeat that for 10 minutes. Potter.
Our new celebrity.
Mr. Potter.
Dobby! Wow. Oh my god, the worst house elf ever.
That was the best one.
If the Dobby was like a horrific mutant
Dobby.
from space, sneaking into your house and ripping open your intestines.
I live in the shadows.
Get away from me, Dobby, you freak! God.
I mean, the worst thing you could do is teleport into you, surely.
Oh, and then you have to birth him.
Oh. This is uncomfortable territory.
Let's leave it.
Alright, perhaps we should start the show.
Yeah.
And we'll be back in the middle to discuss something else.
Okay, places, people, it's showtime! Does anyone know the motivation of my character? That's how I got the role in Jurassic Park. Before that, I was in a shampoo commercial. What? No sugar! I want sugar! Okay, quiet on the set. We premiere in 3, 2, 1. You're listening to Screen Bucket with Adam and Rob.
How do you feel about the autumn, Adam?
I absolutely love it. I'm seeing all the dead leaves on the floor. I'm getting very excited.
Yeah, and the wetness of the road.
I just love the autumn's. There's something about the smell of autumn, I think. The air's starting to get a bit crisp, starting to get a bit excited for the month to come.
And it's kind of on the in-between of being able to wear a jacket or not.
Yeah, that's my only criticism, if I had to have one.
But when we get to jacket, when we get to 100% you need a jacket, it's going to be lovely.
Yes.
Oh, yes. And we'll probably go filming in the woods again.
We will, yes, indeed. If you'll see some cloaked men wandering around the woods, streaming each other, that might be us. But I wouldn't approach, though, just in case.
No.
So, Rob.
Yes.
Autumn's coming. It's getting a bit colder. It's getting a bit damper. Does that mean you're staying in more, watching more things?
Yeah, a bit. Fern made me watch American Horror Story, the newest series. I've watched all the other ones, and they're very spooky, very good autumn watching. I didn't like Roanoke, the last one, that much, but this one kind of picks up on the strength that they past seasons used to have. It's called Cult, and it's about, basically centres around this sort of right-wing extremist type, played by Evan Peters, who's got strange, silly blue hair, and he decides to form a cult.
Cool.
And it's very much centred around the election between Hillary and Donald.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's really interesting. It kind of plays on all the fear and all of the hype and the insanity that was going on during that election. And how it's almost like a sports tournament to them over there. Like, all of the supporters gathering and going wild, and it's almost akin to football hooliganism as they portray it in Cult. And it's very good. As usual, I think it sort of maybe has a couple of episodes too many. I always get the feeling of American Horror Story, but they could sort of round it up earlier.
How many episodes do they have?
There's 12 in this one, and they're an hour long. But
well, that's not too bad.
It's not so much the amount of episodes, it's the fact that after a while you think they're flogging it. They're kind of... They could wrap it up earlier.
Okay, that's interesting.
I'd recommend all of them to you very much.
Yeah.
Evan Peters, who plays Quicksilver in the X-Men movies, is absolutely incredible in it. Every single series, he's brilliant.
Yeah, because I haven't actually seen any of it, but I always get recommended to me. It's always the same cast.
Yeah, every time.
That's quite interesting. So it's like an anthology show rather than series. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. So what have we had? We had Hotel.
Yeah, Hotel.
What's the order? What's the right order?
So there was Murder House.
Right.
Asylum. There's one, like a circus one. Freak Show.
Okay.
I feel like I'm missing one out. There's been a few. There's a coven about witches.
So when was the hotel one with the?
That was the season before last. That was one with Lady Gaga in it, and she was really, really good in it.
Yes, she's. I saw a trailer with her in for an interesting looking film.
Oh, was that
directed by Bradley Cooper?
A Star Is Born.
Yeah, didn't know that's what she looked like. Having not seen American Horror Story, didn't know that's what Lady Gaga looked like.
Is that a sequel to the Barbara Streisand A Star Is Born?
I have no idea.
Why am I asking you?
Why would you even know that?
I don't know. Because Mum was talking to me about it the other day.
Oh,
she said, they'll never beat the original. They'll never beat Barbara Streisand. I don't know who Lady Gaga is. But she will never beat Barbara Streisand.
I'm not sure I've met this mum of yours. I've met the other one. Oh, okay.
I don't know where she's from.
No.
She's lovely, though.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's interesting. So, American Horror Story.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're not that's not the latest series, though, is it, Roanoke?
No, so Roanoke was one before. Then it was Cult, which is on Netflix. And then the one which is about to come out, is that Apocalypse?
Apocalypse is the last one, surely.
Which is coming out, which is like a crossover of all the originals.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah.
That's not out in the UK yet. But if you want to catch up with all of the other ones, go on Netflix.
Okay. One day I will sit down and watch them all, I think. No, that's cool. I've been watching Bojack Horseman, the latest series.
Good?
Yes. But you haven't seen any of it, really, have you?
There's something about Bojack which I just couldn't get into it.
Now, yeah. I talked about this the other day. I had the exact same thing. The first time I watched it, I watched maybe the first 4 episodes. I didn't get it, not interested, turned it off, didn't watch it again for about 2 years. Tried again, and it's that where I stopped was the barrier. And I wasn't the only person who stopped at that point as well. Beyond that is when it gets good. There's a very fine line. Having watched it all the way through a couple of times now, in waiting for the latest series, it's interesting watching it, knowing what's going to happen, and going, and there it is. That's the moment.
There's a thing you said to me about it which made it more appealing to me, where he said that it centres around someone who used to be successful and has all the money and can't be bothered anymore, and that's kind of where you would like to be one day.
Yes.
Yeah.
I aspire to Bojack.
Yeah. Get it all done and then just be depressed and rich.
Yeah. Yeah. Bojack Horseman, what it does differently to everything else, if you forget it's a horse, it's the darkest, most psychologically traumatising show I think I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
It's really, really, really heavy and deep. Or it gets it anyway. With the occasional spark of weirdness. But it's still really funny. It's an interesting one. I wouldn't call it an out-and-out comedy. It's more of a dramedy.
Right.
And there's a lot of mental health stuff going on. And it's apparently quite accurate.
Oh, wow.
There's a series 3, 4, I can't remember, which deals with dementia in the most realistic way. And because it's a cartoon, it lets it explain that, you know. I mean, that makes it sound a bit depressing, but it kind of is in a really good way, a positive way. I recommend it.
I'll give it another go.
Also, the music's really, really good. It's a bit hipster, but I like it. It's LA, so it has to be a little bit hipster.
Sure.
But yeah.
You have one message. Message 1.
G'day, Sam Neill here. I just watched the new dinosaur film. I wasn't happy about it. One of the dinosaurs, he flaming smiled at me. I wasn't having that. So I put together a new script. I thought you fellas might like to see it. It's set entirely on the plane. And all the dinosaurs are talking to me. I knew you guys would like that, so I thought I'd send it over to the post here. Hope to hear what you think of it. See you later.
Oh, mademoiselle, would you like to have a film discussion? Oh, yes, monsieur. I'd love to have an in-depth film discussion with you, like I do on Screen Bucket.
With 5 award wins and over 17 nominations for different awards, including Best Picture, Best Original Screenplay, and several Best Actor awards, Big Lebowski is regarded as one of the best films ever made, especially by a lot of people who genuinely love film. Rob, would you agree? Best film ever made?
If you asked me 10 years ago, I'd have said no. I hated it.
What? Sorry, let's stop there. Why?
Well, this is the thing. I think I was hungover when I watched it, but having watched it again, it seems like the perfect film to watch hungover.
Yes.
And now that I have watched it again, I think it's an absolute masterpiece, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
That might be time as well, if it's over
time.
10 years. So, the reason we're talking about Big Lebowski is because tonight marks the 20th anniversary of its release in the UK. In fact, I think Cineworld are even showing it right now.
Oh, that'd be a good one to watch on a big screen, wouldn't it?
It would. Yeah. So, anyway, we decided to watch it this weekend. I think it's top 5 films ever.
It's so just incredibly enjoyable, and I think no film has made me laugh this much in a very long time.
I can imagine if you are hungover and starting to fall asleep, you're probably missing most of the humour.
The funny thing is about the humour, like, it's situational, but there's also elements of slapstick in there, which isn't overdone.
Yes.
He'll have a mug thrown at his head, and if you have a mug thrown at someone's head in Scary Movie 6 or wherever they are now, it's not going to be funny.
Right.
But for some reason in The Big Lebowski, because it's him...
It's completely unexpected as well.
Yeah. It'll just catch you off guard.
So let's boil it back a bit. Big Lebowski, what's the story about?
So Jeff Bridges plays the dude, Jeffrey Lebowski, would you say late 30s, early 40s stoner type?
Yeah, it's quite indeterminable. The voiceover at the beginning kind of explains that he's a man of the times. He kind of reflects that kind of, like we mentioned last time actually, that kind of slacker, hippie...
He's like a lazy sort of demigod of Los Angeles
yeah.
in a weird way.
Yeah, absolutely. He's someone who doesn't really worry about anything.
No.
Doesn't worry about money. Still writes checks for 69 cents for orange juice. Just quite happy kicking back with a White Russian and playing bowling with his mates.
Absolutely. Until one day, 2 thugs burst into his house, shove his face down the toilet, and says he needs to come up with the ransom money.
They demand money because his wife owes them money. He, of course, isn't married.
But the Big Lebowski is.
Yeah, so they, while they're interrogating him, kind of make it clear that they're asking money from a millionaire, or what they believe is a millionaire, not someone who lives in a rundown, shabby apartment with nothing in it, apart from a rug, which one of the thugs, who they describe as a Chinaman, decides to urinate on.
And he loves that rug.
He does. It really holds the room together. So cut to the bowling alley, and he's moaning about the situation to his friend Walter.
John Goodman.
Played by John Goodman, the amazing, incredible John Goodman. Walter's a war vet from Vietnam and still seems very much in PTSD territory.
It's integral to everything he talks about, to the way people are around him, how they act towards him. Vietnam's going to come up.
Yes, absolutely.
And he's also incredibly rude to their third bowling companion, Donnie, played by Steve Buscemi.
Absolutely, yeah. So the catchphrase we can't repeat here.
He repeated a lot, and that's actually...
Shut the front door, Donnie.
Yeah, that one. I mean, we found out that that's a result of the Coen brothers getting fed up of Steve Buscemi's character in Fargo.
Yes, Fargo, which is the other huge Coen brothers film.
Yeah, where Steve Buscemi's character cannot stop talking. So this was their sort of vengeance.
Yeah. So Walter suggests that the dude should confront the situation head on. And eventually he agrees, and he heads off to the other Jeff Lebowski's house, the Big Lebowski, who the thugs mistook him for. He doesn't ask for money, doesn't ask for anything, but he does ask for a replacement rug, or money to replace the rug.
Yeah. The
Big Lebowski, he reminds me of Mr. Potter from It's a Wonderful Life. He's a disabled and very evil money man who, on the face of it, he works with a lot of charities, supporting people, but there's an edge to him.
He's a symbol of, the upper class and the
anti-dude.
The anti-dude. Yeah, he is the anti-dude, isn't he?
Absolutely, yeah.
He hates everything the dude stands for and does not want to give him a penny. He thinks he's already given enough of his money tax or whatever.
Yeah, and he takes offence to the dude not being employed, especially.
It takes offence to the dude.
Yeah.
The very essence of him.
Yeah, the dude, he's slightly bothered by it, but he dudes out. Sunglasses on, he walks out, and very calmly steals one of the rugs from his mansion.
Via a chat with the Big Lebowski's wife, Tara Reid.
Yes, who is very clearly a trophy wife. Very young, very attractive, painting her toenails with green nail varnish.
And she's got into a bit of nasty business involving a big sum of money and the porn industry?
Yeah, as revealed later on. So, the dude goes away, he's got his new rug, and that's when things go a bit crazy.
Yes.
So, he gets a phone call saying that they don't care about the rug, but they need his help. Turns out, the wife's been kidnapped. And they ask the dude to hand over $1 million and paying him 20 grand.
And of course, Walter gets involved and says, hang on a minute, why don't we just switch the million with a dummy case? And give it to...
A big bag of his underwear, isn't it?
Yeah. So they swap it. They drive off with the $1 million, following a very silly moment where Walter jumps out of the car and rolls around with his gun.
Yeah.
We see them driving off into the distance, the baddies with the
the plan is the Walter's going to tackle them, keep the money. He's thrown out a dummy case. He's going to tackle them with his Uzi. He's got an Uzi. And then take both lots of money and save the girl. Except they sort of miss. Well, yeah, Walter's not in good shape, hits the road hard, and they drive off with the fake cache of money.
Jeff crashes for the first of many times.
Yes, that poor car.
Poor car indeed. Someone poos in it at one point, I think.
Yes, so that's the thing. So they've got the case of money in the car. $1 million is sitting in the car. They go bowling, where the dude's very unhappy with what's going on. They leave the alley, and the car's been stolen.
And that's the gist of it. I mean, we could keep on going with the plot, but...
Yeah, it's just endless thing after bad.
It's situation after situation, and the thing we like about it is the fact that the dude just exists for it all. He is unchanged, he's untempered. He just goes from place to place, completely unaware of what's going on, and I think we agreed that we didn't really know what was going on completely either, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, that again seems to be a bit of a Coen Brothers thing, but that works in this case because we're following the dude's, I think you said it, the frustration. We're getting annoyed with him. Like, what's happening now? Who's this person? Why is she gliding in on a harness?
Yeah, no, true. Didn't this film start a religion?
Yeah, I don't know much about this. Do you know more? Dudeism? Is that what it's called?
I think it just basically comes back to the fact that people were so inspired by this character that they just wanted to create a whole lifestyle, not even a lifestyle, a religion around his sort of view towards life and how to approach it.
Yeah. Let me just find out a bit. Let me Google it. Google.
Beep bloop blork. Bleep bloop.
Okay, yes. Right, okay, yeah. So I found a thing about Dudeism. So basically it's Taoism-ish. It's the smoke if you got 'em kind of mentality. Mellow out. There we go. The idea is this. Life is short and complicated, and nobody knows what to do about it. So don't do anything about it. Take it easy, stop worrying, kick back with some friends, do your best to be true to yourself and others, that is to say, abide.
See, do you know what that does? That relaxes me.
That's interesting.
That just relaxes me.
Yeah.
You think about all the things you worry about from day to day, what are you going to achieve? How's your job going to go?
Yeah, as the dude himself says, the dude abides.
Which is in reference to a passage from Ecclesiastes.
Okay.
1:4. One generation passes away, and another generation comes, but the earth abides forever. Which is a reference to how the dude, much like the earth, can weather change and chaos around him, but still remain the same. I mean, that's the point. Like, there's no real character development with him, is there?
No, that's true.
Which is perfect.
He gets frustrated, but actually it just levels out again. Yeah, I mean, generally, the film is... we were laughing the whole way through.
Absolutely. Do you know what just briefly, it reminded me of, and especially the sort of drug scene sequence where he has the massive sort of dream sequence. It reminds me of a Terry Gilliam film, and I wonder if that's a 90s film thing.
Could be.
You know, there's like sort of things coming out of the black.
Yeah, especially when he's on the run, when he's been drugged, he's been spiked.
Yeah,
he just has a hallucination of the nihilist coming after him.
With the scissors.
Yeah. I suppose a sort of nightmarish dream sort of scape. Maybe that is a 90s thing. I haven't really thought about that before.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, generally performances are all amazing. Direction by Joel Cohen. Is Joel, isn't it? Yeah, really, really good, really strong. Yeah, one of my favourite films ever.
Fantastic. And now mine, probably.
Ah, cool. Proper turnaround. Great. We did mention in our podcast that we would actually be talking about Predator this time. But since this is the 20th anniversary, thought it'd be a good excuse to talk about Big Lebowski instead. But we know that there is a new Predator film out. Adam's film review. What was that? The Predator, 2018.
May we have a word?
Let me guess. He's done something crazy.
Show me again, I want to break your neck. Welcome to the Looney Bus. McKenna. Nebraska Williams. That's Coyle. That's Lynch. With Merce. Why are you here? I don't think you believe me. Come on, man. I had a run-in with a space alien.
Guy is crazier than the rest of us.
That's the thing that killed my men.
Directed by Shane Black and co-written with Fred Decker, The Predator is the latest confusingly titled installment in the Predator film series. Veering away from the series' action and sci-fi roots, The Predator makes its first tentative steps into the world of comedy. Yeah. Set in 2018-ish, Army Ranger sniper Quinn McKenna, played by Boyd Holbrook, witnesses a spaceship crash land on Earth. Setting out to investigate, Quinn is confronted by a 7-foot-tall killing machine. But, mostly through luck, succeeds in incapacitating the creature. Both he and the alien are captured by government agent Will Traeger, played by Sterling K. Brown. Shipping Quinn off to a military prison to keep him quiet, Traeger christens the alien a Predator, and has a team of scientists begin to run tests on it. When the Predator escapes, obviously, Dr. Casey Brackett, played by Olivia Munn, survives long enough to recruit Quinn and his dirty dozen of other insane military inmates to try and recapture the alien. But it soon becomes clear that there's a lot more than one threat to worry about. But why did the Predator come to Earth in the first place? Will Quinn impress his ex-wife? And are they really using Quinn's son's autism as a sort of MacGuffin? Ugh. The Predator, while little more than a reboot, feels like fan fiction. It consistently jabs at the audience with a wink with every reference to the original film, with some more cringeworthy than others. To be fair to it, some of the humour worked, but this was at the cost of interesting characters, a comprehensible plot, and even, unforgivably, any action worth caring about. Avoid this film.
Come on! You are now not in the presence of nice guys. The Predator.
And the news at when, now.
This is the news. DC's upcoming Joker movie has given us a little teaser of Joaquin Phoenix in full makeup for the upcoming Joker movie. In the clip, he's standing around laughing, not in makeup, then standing around laughing in makeup. The makeup does not look very good at all, but this may be a reflection of how Phoenix's Joker will stand apart from those who have gone before him. The not very good at all strategy is one DC have been using for several years now. Let's hope it finally pays off. Are they going to come after him now?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
but I agree, the makeup, yeah, it looked a bit like David Bowie.
It did.
But I think Joaquin Phoenix is gonna make that his own.
It's a more depressing take. It's kind of Shandon the Clown.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, we'll see. I'm looking forward to that.
And talking of first looks, we were also recently given a glimpse of what Chucky will look like in the reboot. The Killer Doll's new appearance has not gone down well at all with his creator Don Mancini. Mancini, who has acted as screenwriter on all of the Chucky films as well as directed the last 3, tweeted a photo of Mariah Carey holding up a sign saying, "I don't know her," and the words, "This is all I have to say on that subject." It's hard to get a proper impression of Chucky from the glimpse we've seen, but it is easy to tell that he looks significantly less ugly and significantly less terrifying. What do you think of that, Adam?
I think the Chucky franchise is my favourite horror franchise, so I'm not 100% pleased. But
I'm the same, because it's almost as if they're tainting something that's really true to your heart. Because I remember when they brought out the Scream MTV series, they changed the mask, and it made me hate it. I'll show you the mask. It's just not scary.
See, I just avoided that show completely.
It wasn't very good.
Yeah, is he still writing Chucky?
Not anymore. I don't think. I don't think he has anything to do with it.
Then it's different series. I'm not bothered. It's a shame. When are we getting a new Bond? They keep talking about it.
They keep talking about Idris as well, don't they? So Daniel Craig's going to... because
you got one more.
The last one ended on a cliffhanger. And they demanding a sequel, because they had Christoph Waltz, the baddie, didn't they? And he's going to come back and do more naughty things. And then they'll round that off. And it'll be done.
All right.
And then the film after that will probably be Idris, I imagine.
I'm still not... See, Idris Elba is a great actor, like one of the best. I don't think he's right for Bond.
Do you know what? I don't care anymore.
No,
I've been talking for so long about it. I would have preferred Michael Fassbender. I think he's a close second.
I just think Idris Elba's too big. He's too big a person to be a spy.
He's massive, isn't he?
I don't know. It's a weird thing. Who would be good? I always thought that Johnson from Peep Show would be a good Bond.
Really?
Yeah. It's probably just the suit and big Sue's around. Anyway.
Emilia Clarke has got her babies tattooed on her hand. No, not human babies. She doesn't have any. I'm talking about her dragon babies from the... What?
Is this news?
Yeah. People care.
Alright, carry on.
Oh, jeez. It is news. I'm talking about her dragon babies from the greatest television spectacle of all time. Doctors. I mean Game of Thrones. Drogon, Rhaegal and Viserion are now permanently etched into our favourite mother of dragons. Let's hope it doesn't hold her back in any job interviews. Speaking of Game of Thrones, the show picked up... Speaking of Game of Thrones, the show picked up Best Drama at the Emmys, with Peter Dinklage also scooping up Best Supporting Actor for his role as Tyrion Lannister. Other notable winners include Fandy Newton, who got Supporting Actress for Westworld, and Claire Foy picked up Lead Actress in The Crown, where she was absolutely magnificent. Bill Hader picked up Best Actor in a role in Barry, which I have not seen. Charlie Brooker and William Bridges picked up Best TV Movie for Black Mirror episode USS Callister. And the Rick and Morty episode Pickle Rick beat the likes of South Park, Bob's Burgers and The Simpsons to the award Best Outstanding Animated Programme. And that is the news.
Very good. Much better.
Oh. You didn't like the Nintendo news last week?
No.
Why? Exactly.
Stream Bucket on North Herts FM. Beep boop.
And that was Born Slippy by Underworld, as featured in Trainspotting. Like the happiest song ever.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a great song, but I wouldn't call it happy.
Oh, it inspires in my head the Ibiza holiday I never had. Just being on a beach with hundreds of thousands of people just jumping up and down.
Yeah, but I suppose that's... See, in my head, it's the epitome of the lies told by cinema.
Oh, really?
As teenagers. Yeah. When I was growing up, I used to think all clubs would play that. And it wasn't true. It was all Radio 1 standard chart rubbish.
Music moved on, man. Moved on.
I mean, yeah. See, that song in my head now summons up this image of urine-smelling alleyways and rubber short skirts and people snogging and vomiting everywhere.
You're so cynical. It fills me with pure ecstasy. Not the naughty kind. Yeah. Do you know what the lyrics are?
Weird.
Yeah,
weird lyrics.
They made no sense. Alright, here we go. Drive boy, dog boy, dirty numb angel boy. In the doorway, boy. She was a lipstick boy. She was a beautiful boy.
See, right, here we go. Right, lipstick. See, this is why it's in my head. It's
the aftermath of a snog with a drunk girl.
Yeah. With, you know, hot pants and boob tubes and all sorts.
Yeah, I suppose.
Carry on.
Well, where were we? And all in your inner space, boy, you had hands girl boy.
Yes.
And steel boy. You had chemicals, boy. I've grown so close to you, boy. And you just grown, boy. She said, come over. She smiled at you, boy.
Yeah? Okay.
It doesn't make any sense.
What's going on there?
It doesn't make any sense. Nothing's going on. Okay, so you had chemicals, boy. That makes sense.
Does it?
I mean, come on. What else is that going to mean?
All right, true.
But steel boy, hands girl boy, it's a masterpiece. We'll never know. You know, people might have said the same about Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, it's the weirdest form of poetry. Yeah.
Well, that's that song anyway.
Well, see, this is the difference. I don't see that as happy experience. I see that as something you wake up in the morning and go,
True, but then again, I never knew what the lyrics meant until I looked it up, what they read as. So all I got was that sound at the start. Bam, 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 bam. What a happy sound.
Yeah. See, it's so firmly entrenched in my head with Trainspotting and sort of...
Which has some of the grimmest moments ever put on film.
Yeah, that baby... I watched it when I was a bit too young, and that baby, like, haunted me.
Yeah.
Proper nightmares.
Grim.
See, I prefer songs of a similar type that sort of make me think of happy stuff. It's stuff like Primal Scream and even Prodigy, in a way.
Prodigy?
Yeah, there's a bit of happiness there.
There's no... Prodigy is lose your absolute mind and get violent and angry and dance and barge into people and...
Some of them, but like...
Smack my naughty female dog up is exclusively played on fight scenes in films.
That's true. But what about Outer Space?
Oh, that is fun. But that's fun. That's bouncy.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
That doesn't say to me happiness. That says to me
or breathe. I mean, Firestarter's a bit more punky.
Prodigy's touring, you know. Maybe we should go and see him.
Oh, I'd love to see him.
Are they playing Ali Pali? I don't know. Or Brixton or something like that. I think it's Ali Pali.
Okay. Well, I mean, see, that era's happy songs, for me, were all summed up in the locally filmed World's End. The last of the Cornetto trilogy. See, there's a lot of music there that was of that sort, but much happier.
I guess that's Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. That's probably where their early 20s sort of...
yeah, probably.
Where they had the most fun. And especially because that goes back to, 1990, doesn't it? The World's End, where that music was
Yeah. Really early 90s, yeah.
Primal Scream's in that, I think, isn't it?
Primal Scream, yes. Loaded, in fact. Which I think we should play.
Do it.
You have one message. Message 1.
Hello, Screen Bucket China Plates. Guy Ritchie here. Just been up the town drinking a couple of bevies with my good friends, Jason Statham and Vincent Jones. I don't know if you've heard of them. And we just had this great idea to make some more milk and honey, you know. If you get together with my old baked bean, Madonna, don't know if you've heard of her, and we could do like a sort of Bohemian Rhapsody, but about football hooligans. Yes, it's awfully fun. What we'll do is we'll pop down the battle cruiser, have a couple of drinks, and see what you make of it. Anyway, toodles.
Rob.
Yes.
Top 5 sitcoms. Go.
What? You can't just do that. You can't just put me on the spot.
Why not? This is a topic I kept seeing on Twitter this week. I didn't participate because to be honest, I couldn't boil it down to 5. So I thought I'd get your opinion.
Are we doing American or British? Or...
No, right. Let's focus it down to British sitcoms. That gets rid of all the Friends and I know you like Always Sunny. So
okay, all right.
British sitcoms.
Graham Lineham's going to feature heavily in this, I think. So,
yeah.
IT Crowd, number 5.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of like everything that the Big Bang Theory wants to be. It's nerd comedy, but just not focused on making silly Star Trek references.
I agree. I don't think IT Crowd's that good. It is good. It is funny. Graham Linehan, for me, works better when he's working with someone else. Arthur Matthews and Father Ted.
Yeah, well, Father Ted's definitely going to be in the list.
Dylan Moran on Black Books.
As is that. I think, yeah, maybe with IT Crowd, it's the talent more than the writing, because you've got Catherine Parkinson, Chris O'Dowd, Richard O'Hardy, Matt Berry, who has over the years become one of my favourite human beings on the planet.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so, no, I think you might be right there. Number 4. Do you know, I've really got into Friday Night Dinner. Have you watched that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're going to fall out over this.
Why?
I hate that show so much.
Oh, come on.
No, I really, really do. The best person in that's Mark Heap.
Yeah, but he makes it.
He does make it.
Hello, Jackie.
So the rest of it is... I can't get into it at all.
I mean, I only chose that to fill up the list, to be honest. I agree.
Friday Night Dinner is so smug. I hate it.
It's great. Okay, no, we'll throw that to one side.
I mean, don't forget the sort of childhood favourites. I know I watched a lot of 90s sitcoms, Britcoms.
Well, would you include Red Dwarf as a sitcom?
Yeah, definitely.
Red Dwarf straight up to number 2.
Situation comedy, yeah.
So with that in mind, I put number 4 as Black Books.
Okay.
Because Dylan Moran and Bill Bailey and Tamsin Greig are a trio of just perfect balance.
Is it Dylan Moran?
Dylan Moran, maybe you're right.
He's so good, and I love that the Bernard Black character is. I'm willing to put money that it's the same character in Notting Hill.
Yeah,
stealing books.
Oh, that's true. You always compare me to him when I'm drunk.
Yes,
which I take as a compliment.
Well, it's not. You don't. It's not that you're Dylan Moran. It's that you're his impression of an Irish person.
I do. So number 3, Red Dwarf.
I thought it was number 2.
Yeah, I've just realised that something else is number 2.
Okay, Red Dwarf.
Yeah, Red Dwarf is. It's not just the comedy. The thing about Red Dwarf is if you have the curtains pulled, cheese and crackers as is our tradition. It's cosy. It's the ambience. It's the environment. It just sucks you into that ship.
Yeah, and for me, it was kind of my gateway comedy show because a friend of mine's mum was really into it when I was very young, and that kind of just like slight exposure, maybe go, "What is this?" And I dug it because I was the old nerd as a kid, Star Trek and stuff. So a spaceship comedy, yeah, totally.
I mean, it's timeless. I mean, some could argue that maybe the comedy style is a bit dated now, but I mean, I was very surprised to find it. Was it 1988 it came out?
Yeah, the first series, 88, yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
And then it was big in the 90s, and then it disappeared for a bit, came back.
And now it's back on form again.
Yeah. Have you seen the latest series?
I haven't seen the latest one, no.
Yeah, I think... I can't remember if it's the last one or the one before last, but I think it's now better than it ever has been.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
I will absolutely watch that as soon as possible.
It's on UK TV Play, on the app, for free.
Second, Only Fools and Horses.
Okay, yeah.
It's just... There are moments which everyone would know has gone down in comedy history. Very simple jokes that are just delivered with absolute perfection. The chandelier, him falling through the bar. My favourite episode, which is kind of more of a feature length, is when they go to Miami. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
It's called Miami Twice.
Yeah,
and there is they realise that Del Boy is a doppelganger for a gangster, and they need to fake this gangster's death. So a series of failed assassination attempts occur as a result of Del Boy's pure stupidity.
Yes.
And there's a bit where at the end they're stuck in the Everglades and they're having a chat. They're worried about what they're going to do, and then all of a sudden an alligator walks behind them.
Yes.
And in Boise, the immortal line, "You smell like a vegetarian's fart."
Also, it's funny, I watched the first series again relatively recently because I had it on.
So did I.
The first series is very political. I sort of forget that.
And I don't think it's hit its stride yet either. I didn't think it...
No,
that funny.
absolutely not. But it's interesting that it was almost a statement of the times. And over time it became more about the characters. It's interesting. And also Rockin' Chips is quite good.
I didn't watch that. Has it got one of the guys from The Inbetweeners in it?
Yeah, as Del Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really interesting, that. Because it's all about the family mysteries that are exposed during the series.
Fantastic. So...
Okay, so that's number 2.
Number one, by a country mile, unless I've forgotten something really obvious, is Father Ted.
Okay.
Father Ted, it's close to my heart because sort of Irishness is something that's very important in my family. And the humour of it, I was listening to a Blind Boys podcast, and he was saying that the way that British people view it and the way that Irish people view it is very different, because Irish people can quite literally say, I know someone like that. Whereas we just think they're characters.
Yeah.
But it's another perfect balance of characters. You've got Ted, the frustrated, the furious, like every single thing that happens to him is agonising, but then he's given glimmers of hope. He's given these opportunities to be a star, to get something done, and then it's all taken away. An instant, something will go horribly wrong. And then all along he's putting up with Dougal, who's so stupid but so lovable. And of course, Father Jack.
Infinitely quotable.
Yeah,
that
infinitely
whole
quotable.
show. Yeah.
Probably one of the greatest losses to comedy that I can think of is Dermot Morgan passing away after the 3rd series, because I imagine they could have done another 2.
Yeah. Because
he was just incredible. I think the amount of energy he put into those performances would have been one of the contributions to his ultimate downfall.
You know, they're working on a musical.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Who do they get to play him?
Pope Ted, it's called.
Pope Ted?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's Arthur Matthews and Graham Linehan again. See, Arthur Matthews, I think, I always find with partnerships, especially writing partnerships, you tend to have... Ones that's successful tend to have a balance of good and weird, normally. So Red Dwarf...
I was about to say that went off the rails, didn't it?
It did go off the rails when Rob Grant left. So it's Doug Naylor and Rob Grant. And judging by Rob Grant's novels, Rob Grant was the funny one. And Doug Naylor was the sci-fi one.
What one was backwards?
Rob Grant, I think.
Because I remember finding that quite funny.
Well, Incompetence.
I didn't read Incompetence.
You did, I lent it to you.
Do you know? I swear I've only read backwards.
Incompetence isn't Red Dwarf, it's the third man.
Oh!
Yeah. That was Rob Grant.
That was fantastic.
The cheese.
Really good.
The cheese. Remember the cheese?
I do, remind me.
He was forced to eat a cheese.
A really mouldy, horrible cheese. It was like months old.
And he could still taste it. Like.
Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant.
Okay, so...
What have I missed out, Adam? Tell me.
You've missed out. See, this is what I was showing with Arthur Matthews. Arthur Matthews went on to write Toast of London.
Oh, yes.
And Toast of London, I think, is possibly the best sitcom of, like, now kind of thing.
Definitely. I can't think of a single other thing that could come close.
Again, that's Matt Berry. I think Matt Berry co-writes it.
Yes.
Arthur Matthews, Matt Berry. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And it's got a massive following in America.
It does have a massive following, yeah.
Oh, what podcast was I listening to?
They talk about it in Harmon Town.
Do they really?
Yeah. Jeff loves it. Yeah, really like mixture of weird and wonderful, and yeah.
But he's got a weird friend. He's got a friend group of absolute A-listers out there, hasn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. In fact,
Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age, a weird one.
Yeah,
he turns up in one of the episodes, and because Adam Buxton does a podcast with those two.
It probably helps that Matt Berry's been in like Community and stuff. I think he's in with the LA crowd.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Another one you missed, for me, this is going to be 1 or 2, maybe 3. One Foot in the Grave.
Oh, yes. Yes.
One Foot in the Grave is a show you can watch in any mood and something will make you absolutely roar with laughter. I remember watching it with my old housemate Nick, and we're watching it, we're enjoying it, we're sort of having a chat, we're not really paying attention, and then one thing happens and we were both in tears.
What was it?
Victor is lying on the sofa, or possibly the floor, moaning about how horrible life is and how everything's out to get him, and how, you know, he's just in this dead end of misery, and then the chandelier falls on him. But we used to talk about at college the episode that I think is one of the best things the BBC have ever done is the bottle episode of One from the Grave, where Victor's waiting for a phone call. Victor's waiting for a phone call at home, and he's just wandering around the house talking to himself. Do you remember this?
Vaguely.
Absolutely the best thing ever. Yeah, we'll have to show you that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, what else is there? See, IT Crowd, I'd bump straight out.
Oh, I did very much enjoy it, but I agree, it doesn't hold a candle to everything else that we discussed.
Bottom.
Yeah, Bottom.
Bottom's one of my favourites.
We're coming off of the Young Ones, maybe.
Young Ones,
but that's incredibly dated now. I don't think most young people would not be able to watch it.
I absolutely adored that as a kid. Bottom, actually thinking about it, I prefer the live shows to the sitcom, but it's still very, very solid, I think. It's interesting they're all BBC. Pardon, Peep Show you mentioned. I would keep Peep Show. Peep Show is and there's one more, again BBC. I'm not sure you've seen it, but I adore this show. With Johnny Vegas, Ideal.
Oh, you've showed me some of it.
Johnny Vegas is a drug dealer in Manchester and deals with a very, very weird group of people, and it just gets weirder and darker and stranger.
Is there like a human mouse?
Cartoon head, yeah, he's a hitman.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, great, good stuff. But I think we can both agree, Father Ted, exceptional.
Exceptional, definitely. Should we give an honourable mention to Mighty Boosh as well?
Is that a sitcom?
Yeah, I guess not. I guess it's got a...
I guess it is a situation. And it is a comedy. Yeah. Anyway, we've been talking way too long about this.
Do you know what I forgot about?
What's that?
Fawlty Towers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We don't even have to go into why that is just on another level. John Cleese.
Yeah. It's also one of those shows that shouldn't be good, but it is. It's a farce and they shouldn't work, technically.
It was a result of the Monty Python lot staying at a hotel with a ridiculous hotel owner, wasn't it?
In Torquay,
yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's for everything. That's class issues. That's, yeah.
I'm just going to slap that at number one and leave it there. Everything else can move up.
Order, it's all messed up. This is why I didn't bother with the list. Hello, us again from the podcast. Since recording, there's been a hell of a lot of sitcoms that have crossed my mind that we didn't mention, and I feel terrible about it. Have you got any more that you've thought of?
No.
Okay.
No, so I don't. I'm of no use.
We remembered Fawlty Towers as we played a song. But what we didn't mention, and I feel horrible about it, Spaced. Like the best sitcom ever made. You're looking at me blankly.
No, I'm not. I'm just thinking, Young Adam, you're like Simon Pegg, weren't you?
Well, yeah.
That was you.
That's sort of my core influence to any of this. So Space is a huge one. Men Behaving Badly? Oh, come now. Space was my teenage years. Men Behaving Badly were my 20s.
Really?
Yes, it's my life. I forgot my life.
What was the theme tune again? Men Behaving Badly. Ooby dooby doo boo boo.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, see, I hate that.
What?
Grim. It makes me think of a pair of knickers on a saxophone.
That was the intro.
Oh, was it?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love Men Behaving Badly. I'm shocked and appalled. What else? I mean, you got the classics like Steptoe and Son that I used to watch.
Never seen it.
Never seen Steptoe and Son?
I've heard very good things about it.
Terrible. You're a terrible human being. Have you got no more to add?
Well, I probably won't enjoy it anymore, but I remember really liking My Family when it was on.
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
With Nick.
One of my favourite...
Nick!
Memory of absolutely crying till I couldn't breathe was me and my brother watching the Christmas special.
With all the Christmas trees in the room? Yeah.
Yeah. When my brother goes, I have no control. We were both just in tears on the sofa watching that.
Because he keeps poking his head out of different trees, and then there's a chase scene, isn't there?
Yeah,
Loads of
it's
rustlings
like
of
turning
trees.
to Vietnam. It's the best. It's absolutely best. Yeah. I'd never liked... What's that hero one?
Oh, My Hero.
My Hero.
No, that was annoying. And then they did the really freaky thing where they imposed his head onto the baby. And it was really strange. And it moved in a really weird way.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
It was like something out of a Razorhead.
Awful, awful. Bad news. There was something else. Oh, we just talked about it. Smoking Room.
Oh, yeah.
Smoking Room is the epitome of the Britcom, and not many people have seen it.
No, I definitely haven't seen it.
I think it was BBC Three, and it was around the time Monkey Dust was on, and possibly Snuffbox, and possibly Mighty Boosh. I can't remember. But Smoking Room was great. Smoking Room is a group of people who hate life in a room where they're killing themselves, and they're not happy about it, and it's the funniest thing ever.
Fantastic. That sounds right up our street. Do you know what I just remembered, literally just now?
What's that?
The In-Betweeners.
Oh, yeah, I was going to mention this. I've never seen it. And I have no interest in seeing it.
In-Betweeners, anyone who's been to like sixth form in school can relate. It's especially like, I wasn't a popular kid, but I wasn't quite a nerd. I was probably one of them. So
that's why I don't like it.
I can relate.
That's why I don't like it. It's the same reason I don't like Skins.
They're social conversations and stuff, but they're not cool. They're not on drugs all the time. They're not like wearing the hipster clothes. They're all a bunch of just...
Both In-Betweeners and Skins are both like versions of my life if it was better. That's what bothers me. Like, Skins is, oh yeah, this is our life if we had money and you beautiful women, you sods. You know, In-Betweeners, yeah, same thing. That's why I've never watched it, to be fair.
Fair. It's very funny. They're all doing very well now, them lot.
Yeah.
I think.
Smug. Friday night dinner.
I like it.
Anyway, let's go back to the show. Adam's Film Reviews. A Simple Favour, 2018.
A few weeks ago, I met Emily, this wonderful, elegant person. Our sons brought us together, actually.
Come here, little dude.
Can me and Miles have a play date today?
You drink? Does your kid drink, maybe? I mean, it's never too early to start teaching
I
them.
think you're joking, but great.
J'adore mon poisson rouge.
Every time we do this, I feel so high tone.
Want to trade confessions?
No.
Come on. What's the wildest thing you've ever done?
She is an enigma, my wife. You can get closer. You can never quite reach her. She's like a beautiful ghost.
Did you just take my picture?
Erase it. I guess I'm probably not the kind of person you're normally friends with.
Oh, you do not want to be friends with me. Trust me.
Directed by Paul Feig and written by Jessica Sharza, A Simple Favour is a mystery thriller film based on a novel by Darcy Bell. Anna Kendrick plays Stephanie Smothers, a widowed single mother who runs a small-time vlog between over-enthusiastically helping out at a local school. After school one evening, Stephanie meets her complete opposite, Emily Nelson, played by Blake Lively. A PR director at a fashion firm, Emily is curt, sharp, and knows how to handle herself. The two begin an unusual friendship, but things take a twist when Emily leaves her son with Stephanie and, seemingly, disappears. Setting out to investigate Emily's disappearance and later presumed death, Stephanie enters into a relationship with Emily's widowed husband Davis, played by Eric Johnson. But as the mystery grows deeper, the finger of suspicion begins to point towards Stephanie, and we begin to see the real Emily. If Gone Girl's high literature, A Simple Favour can safely be lumped in with the trash you pick up at a railway station at 5 AM. It's light, it's pulpy, and, surprisingly, it's actually pretty good. Full of twists and turns, and with some great performances by Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively, A Simple Favour delivers as a light stab of mystery fun. Some of the humour can feel a bit out of place, sometimes a bit dull, but it's not enough to turn me away. This is worth checking out.
I want to know your secret.
Quand j'étais petite, je me taisais comme une fleur.
Anyway. Let's move on. So, we don't just talk on the radio. We're also storytellers, writers. Got a couple of films in the works. As mentioned last time, I'm a bit of a structure guy. I'm a bit of a nerd. And I find it quite fascinating the way different writers pull together stories. So I've developed some tactics myself. But one of the...
Nothing.
Look,
Smart.
mate. It's all useful stuff. And especially when you're starting out, I think you have to learn these sort of rules.
No, you're absolutely right.
And then you break them and you do your own thing later on.
That's true. That's true.
So, in light of the Emmy win, I thought I'd take a look at Dan Harmon's Story Circle.
What's that?
So, this is relatively well publicised. I think he's talked about it a lot. But this is what he uses for... I think he developed it before Community, but it definitely was very there in Community. But also Rick and Morty. He uses the same technique to tell every story, every episode. It's based on Joseph Campbell, a very famous writer who developed this system, this hero's journey. Have you heard of that?
Yes, I have, yeah. Studied it in uni.
Yeah, so the Story Circle is very similar to that. It's just putting it into perspective. In fact, I butchered this for our own web series, made a more simplified one for us. But I'll just go through this. So the Story Circle is 8 points. So the Story Circle is, if you imagine a circle, can you imagine a circle?
Is it got any corners?
No.
Oh, yeah,
a lot of people fall down on that.
I know that one, yeah.
So if you divide it in half vertically...
Right.
And then divide it again horizontally...
It's a quarter?
Yes.
Right.
I know, that's a weird way... I'm reading it off the website.
Okay.
That's a weird way of saying it. Anyway, going round clockwise, equal bits, you do the numbers 1 to 8. So at the cross points, you've got 3, 5, and 7. Anyway. So as you go round the circle, you start at number 1. A character is in a zone of comfort. They are happy, or at least they're in a position where they're not in danger. But they want something. Okay, so they enter an unfamiliar situation, adapt to it, get what they wanted at a price, and then return to their original location changed. A changed person.
Okay.
So the simplest way of putting that would be, okay, you wake up, you're at home, you're in bed.
What a lovely day.
Indeed. You want a bowl of Weetabix.
Yes, my favourite.
But there's no milk.
Oh, goodness me.
So, you set out to get some milk.
Cool. Doopy-doopy-doo.
But on the way, the road's been closed.
Oh my goody aunt, the road's been closed.
Because of a parade.
A parade? I didn't know that was today.
So you go to a different shop.
Ooh. S-Mart.
And then realise you've got no money.
Oh, curses, I've got no money.
So you steal the milk.
I'm taking this milk for myself. They've got plenty more.
You get caught.
Oh, Dickens, it wasn't me. I mean, it wasn't me. I'm under a lot of stress at the moment. I need milk.
And somehow you get more milk.
I'll go straight to the farm.
And then you return home.
That cow gave me loads of milk.
Having changed.
I now feel like I'll never steal again.
Yes, now you're able to milk a cow.
And now I can milk a cow.
There's an episode of anything. That is a story.
Oh.
So it's very heavily based on hero's journey. The way I butchered it when we were writing our web series was I made it more less points. It was more you're someone, you need something goes wrong, you fight back, you win. That was kind of the more basic version of that. So I think and I found that when we were writing that really helped. What did you think?
Definitely, because we knew where we had to go. It wasn't like you start writing and you're thinking, well, how am I going to get to the end? you break it down into smaller parts, and you know that, well, to get to here, I have to get to here. This has to happen. This has to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And it keeps the story moving.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't get bogged down. Especially, I think we went as far as to put page numbers of where it should happen, and then vaguely, give or take, keep to that as we could. So that's the story circle. Next time you watch Rick and Morty, especially, you can see that so clearly. Often it starts with they're doing something else. Red Dwarf did this as well. They're doing something else, having a chat about something. Something happens.
And they're whizzed off into this problem.
They have to then solve a situation, go back home. Reset button. That's the big sitcom thing, the reset button. What else does that? Tell you what doesn't do that. Maybe Simpsons. You ever notice the story structure of The Simpsons?
No.
Something happens, they go and do something, then they realise something else, and then they do that thing instead.
That's true. And
every episode's the same.
Doing that more and more frustratingly in the newer ones. I don't know if you ever catch a new episode. No. It's kind of poorly put together. Like, it will be like the episode will just go in a completely different direction, like halfway through.
Yeah, I think that's the first time I noticed that kind of structure taking place. There we go, it's a story structure. So now we're going to try and apply the Dan Harmon story circle to our very own improvised screenplay. As last time, we're going to pick some words. I've got a big list in front of me, including genre, location, and we're going to choose a couple of characters. And we'll try and build a story using just our brains.
Oh dear.
Oh dear indeed, yes. So I'm going to run my finger over the page. Rob, without looking, I want you to tell me when to stop.
Stop. What is it?
Young adult.
Young adult. Oh yeah, go for it.
Cool. Okay. One more time. This time's the location.
Stop.
Mountains.
Ooh. I haven't done the mountains before.
Mountains, Bilbo.
I want to see mountains, Gandalf.
That's
mountains.
the one. That's the one. So we're going to do characters now. We'll do two of these.
Stop.
Police officer.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oi, oi, oi.
And
stop.
Journalist. Young adult.
Who's the young adult? It's for a young adult thing. You need like a.
Well, it could be a high school journalist.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll be back after. Speaking of high school, Boss of Me by They Will Be Giants.
Decent.
Quiet on the set. Hope you got your popcorn and large soda ready, because you're listening to Screen Bucket with Adam and Rob.
Oh, what a lovely, delightful morning. Do you know what? Before I start my day, I'm going to have a lovely breakfast with fine brown bread, lashings of butter, some freshly squeezed orange juice, and some cereal. But you know what? I should really see what's going on today. As I am the school journalist, maybe there'll be something going on in the news that can inspire me with my work. I'll turn on the television now.
And you join us now speaking with Constable Bobby. Constable, we understand you're on the trail of the Bigfoot. Is that right?
Hello. Yes, we're on the trail of the Bigfoot. Some would call it a Yeti.
We understand that it's been prowling about, scaring cats and old women. Oh no. Well, we understand that the Yeti, you say?
That's right.
Actually, might be a young man.
A young man? Oh, how frightfully interesting.
What do you say about that, River?
If it is a young man, he's very, very hairy. I'm not sure I trust him.
Well, we set it off at 12 o'clock into the mountains of Gloucestershire.
Oh, good heavens. I live in Gloucestershire too. Perhaps there's a story here. Yes. Oh, good dang it. Perhaps I should follow this league of law enforcement and see what I can make of this Yeti character. Yes. Mumsy! Mumsy!
Hello, walking on the trail. Do, Bigfoot, where are you?
Hello? You there, excuse me. Yes.
Hello. What are you doing up
Are you Constable Dog's body?
No, I'm PC Constable Bobby.
Oh, yes, of course you are.
What are you doing up this mountain?
Well, you see, if you don't mind, I'm my school's journalist, and I'm doing a story about the Yeti, and I would like to follow you to see if I can, bring something back to the school to make all my other classmates, all my peers, giddy with excitement.
Miss, this is a very dangerous place. You don't want to be around here.
Oh, I can handle danger. I watched Knight Rider, and it's very dangerous indeed.
Look, I know people like you have been sitting at home watching Making a Murderer and To Catch a Yeti, and you're no meatloaf, let me tell you that. You just get in the way. I'm not interested. Go home.
Oh, no. Well, you haven't thought about it properly, you see. This could be really good for community police officer relations, you see. If you show that you're... Yes, if you show you're supporting a fine young damsel like me in my educational journey, then perhaps, you could be honoured. Regaled, in fact. It's in your best interest to take me with you.
Come along then, but keep quiet.
Oh, delightful, of course. Yes.
Hello, what's the with that then? Stay back, miss. Something's coming. Luckily, I've got a stick.
Oh my, you're so incredibly brave. I will just stand here with my notepad and pen and write. Oh, hey, bro.
What?
Hey, bro. What's up?
What the hell are you?
Oh, I'm Yeti, bro.
Right, get away from me.
No, you see, I'm pretty woke up here alone. I like to prance around in the woods and mince around in my furry skin. And I don't want you, taking my rights, man. This is my territory.
You're not the Bigfoot. You're just a hairy little boy.
I am Bigfoot, bro. Don't you put a label on me. I'll be whoever I want.
Get away from me right now, or this truncheon's going in your brain.
How about no, cop? Piggy.
Right, that's it.
Hey, I got rid of your cop friend. I'm pretty sure he's completely unconscious.
Oh, you frightful beast, you maniac. And yet, I can't help but feel interested in you.
Oh, well, that's because of my hairy, rugged chest and my sparkly, shiny skin. You see, I'm actually a bit of a helpless romantic myself.
Oh my, you're making me all giddy around the knees. I do say, my name is Judith. What's yours?
Oh, haven't you been reading the news? I'm the Yeti.
Oh, well, you're not really, are you? No, you're more of a really attractive boy.
Oh, Yeti! Yeti!
Who's that? Who's that?
What's that young lady you're with, son?
Oh, Mom, please, go away for a second. I'm doing really well here.
You can't be mingling with humans. We've talked about this.
Oh, your mother is also very hairy.
What's going on?
I was thinking, this is a point where the mum should sort of, we're trying to stay secret.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, right, yeah. You did the hairy line, I replied to that. Well, you're very bored.
Oh, well, that's incredibly rude of you.
We're just trying to live quietly up in our mountain resort in Gloucestershire.
Well, hang on a minute. This could be the story of the century, eh?
I urge you, do not report on us.
Oh, but I beg ye, I could take it back to my school and get extra praise, and I could go to Cambridge University. Yeah, but should I? What could I do to these darling, hairy human beings?
Well, I think you should just go out with me. I don't really care what Mom says.
Oh, well, I'm going to go bake a pie.
Do you know what? I've really come to a point in my life where I think that perhaps journalism shouldn't be needlessly reported without the thought of what it could do to the lives of other folk, other charming people who may live odd and different lives that maybe some of us may not be able to understand. Perhaps I've changed. Perhaps maybe what I write in future will be done with respect for my fellow man, no matter how odd or bizarre they may be.
Oh, suit yourself, girl. I'm gonna go and flirt with the Girl Scouts.
You do that. I'm gonna go and start my new life. Goodbye!
Well, there we are. That's a young adult novel story.
I feel like that was the worst one.
Yeah. Well, it's a story circle. At least we accomplished that.
We educated you guys. You go and make your masterpieces now. You know exactly what to do.
Let's put a song on.
You have one message. Message 1.
Hello, Screen Bucket. It's Ian McKellen here, Sir Ian McKellen to you. I'm calling up because I'm very, very annoyed. Patrick Stewart, first, has got a new part, reprising his role as that bald-headed space buffoon in Star Trek, and now he's stolen my camembert. I'm very, very annoyed. I'm beside myself in rage. Now, if you don't call up Sir my foot, Patrick Stewart, this instant, and get me back my camembert, I will bring all of my rage upon you and your stupid radio show. That is all. Do it instantly. Good day, Adam and Rob.
So that's it for this evening's episode, folks. But we've got some things to look forward to in the coming month.
Yes. October is my favourite month.
Ditto, same here.
Big horror fans, therefore big Halloween fans.
Absolutely.
I am probably more about films than I am about dressing up.
I'm equally both.
Okay. Yeah.
I've got my costumes at the ready.
Have you really?
Yes. At the end of that, yeah. There might be a ghost shark making an appearance.
Oh.
There might be... Well, we can invite Sasquatch. I don't know if I've got a Sasquatch costume.
Yeah, he seems a bit busy at the moment. He was in a bit of a strop when we had our fish and chips the other day.
He's always in a strop.
That's true.
I hate him. Can I say that?
I
I don't hate him, I tolerate him.
He's probably listened to this, so we don't want to hurt his feelings.
That much.
No, true. Yeah. So we've got some interesting things planned for October when it starts. For good or for real, I'm planning on doing my 31 films of October again. The last 2 years I've done reviews every day. Watched a horror film, written a review. This year I'm going to try something a bit harder.
Oh, really? What are you going to do?
I'm going to try and do vlogs every day.
Oh, God.
Watch film, review it as a video.
Are you insane?
Yes.
Every single day?
Every single day. October. 31 days.
Better you than me.
You should do something too.
What I am going to do, and what we are going to do, we last year we released an absolute masterpiece called There Were Sightings, featuring...
it's called... It wasn't called...
Oh, it Swims in the Leaves.
It Swims in the Leaves, yes.
Which is going to now become part of the There Were Sightings saga.
Yes.
Going on. Every now and again, when we get the energy, we are going to film an absolutely god-awful film in the woods. And last time it was about a ghost shark. We've got one which we're working on. You will definitely get one between now and Halloween.
Yeah.
Which you can keep out for on our YouTube channel. You might even get two. I will be writing another one.
I kind of want to do a slasher.
Yes.
It's straightforward, man in a mask, slasher.
Let's do it.
All right, let's
if
do
we
it.
If we say we do it, we've got to do it.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's the benefit of having this show, I suppose.
Let's force ourselves into a corner here.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're going to have a couple of horror-themed shows, next couple episodes, to celebrate Halloween coming up. Don't let that put you off. We won't just be cackling like witches. There will be cackling.
There will be much cackling.
Yeah. But it won't all be bad. So please do tune in if you like horror.
It won't all be bad.
As in evil. It won't be all be evil. Some of it will be nice. No.
It'll be good. It'll be really good.
Please tune in. Yeah. And that's the end of our show. I hope you enjoyed it. Rob, you're not looking very happy.
I've not had a very nice day, to be honest.
Oh dear.
Yesterday, I went to see Arsenal play, who I don't support. I don't support them. My friend had a spare ticket, and I got quite drunk, knowing full well that this morning I had a filling appointment at the dentist.
Oh dear.
So I woke up this morning very hungover. And don't go to the dentist with a hangover.
No.
Never drink the night before. So I was mentally very weak.
Yeah.
And it was a horrible experience. She came at me with the needle first to anaesthetise me.
Did you offend her?
So, apparently.
She came at me.
She did.
I didn't sign. I wasn't even in the dentist.
Yeah. It was horrible. It was...
Go away from me!
No, this was in Sainsbury's. She got the needle and she went to town on my gums. Like stab, scrape, stab, scrape. And I was like, that's done the trick because you've mauled me. There's no gum left. That's got to be done. No more pain. And then the filling happened. After the horrible teeth cleaning, she scraped the living goodness out of my tooth. And it was agonisingly painful, I'm not going to lie. Wanted to cry. Lasted way longer than I thought it was going to. And then it finished, and there was the whole humiliating thing where they pass you the plastic cup and expect you not to drool everywhere. By this point, my entire jaw was numb. So, slobbered into a cup, and I had to go back to work, and the rest of the day with the hangover, and of extremely...
Oh, that's your mistake. You shouldn't have come back to work. You should have come back to your house, laid on the sofa, and died.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Don't know why I didn't. Don't know why I didn't plan the whole thing better.
Well, next time. Yes, dentists are awful. It's like, there's three things that really freak me out. People touching their eyes, finger and toenails being ripped off, and anything going near my teeth.
It's those horrible gloves going in your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's grim.
I once went to the dentist fairly recently. You know, when they spin the little interdental brush?
Oh, yeah.
And the little spinner, the little drill.
Uh-huh.
They got stuck between my teeth.
Yeah.
That was horrible. She was trying to wrench it out. Oh, not good.
Yeah, someone described to me at work what a root canal actually is today. Where they literally bore down into your tooth and then fill it with stuff, all the way down. And we swiftly came to the conclusion that I would much rather have my tooth just yanked out than go through that process. Or be put into a self-induced coma for a week. And then be done.
This is an awful conversation to end on.
Oh, something funny happened at the Arsenal game. Me and Ben went to the men's toilet, and
whoa!
No, it gets better.
All right.
We went to the urinals, and there was a man in between us, and he did a fart, and it was really funny, and we laughed and laughed and laughed until we left, and that was it. What? What do you mean?
Okay. Well, follow us on Twitter at screen_bucket for updates and goodness. Head to at North Herts FM for updates on the radio station. And we'll see you again in a fortnight.
Yeah, see you later, chaps. Thanks for listening.
Excuse me.
What?
And chapettes.
Oh, God.
Chaps and chapettes, we'll see you soon.
Chaps can be a fully, what's the word? Webbed term. It can encapsulate all sexes and genders.
I know, I'll tell you what, that's bucketers. Bucketeers.
Oh,
Screen bucketeers.
Yes!
Oh.
That's the name of our groupies.
Yay. All 10 of you.
Yeah. Cheers, bucketeers.
Yeah. Cool. See you later.
Bye.
That was Screen Bucket with Adam and Rob. You've learned about movies, now remember your job. There was TV and games and other stuff too. And now that we've shared it, we've finished with you.